Now, looking back, you know, now as a grown man looking back, you know, to some of those kids that may, you know, are tempted to go out into clubs and, you know, experiment with drugs and stuff like that, that may have just heard us talk about this. What do you say to that person that might be watching?
It's tough. It's a catch-22. First I would try to educate them on the damage that the drugs is going to do to their body, because that's what I didn't realize, that what was happening to me. I didn't know that by eating bad food and doing drugs and drinking and all that stuff, that my blood was going to turn into mud, and that my circulation was going to be a problem, and that eventually I could have blood clot and die, and my hands and my feet turned yellow. I looked on the outside like this very fit, healthy guy doing workout videos and everything, but inside I was dying, and I didn't realize that, and that didn't happen until I met my teacher, you know, because he's a healer, and he diagnosed that stuff with me. So there is a way to tap into that experience without doing drugs. You know, back in the 60s, people like Timothy Leary and all these guys, they were trying to, you know, reach higher levels of consciousness using drugs. But Ram Dass, one of these guys who was doing that with him, realized that after he went to a cave in India and he sat down with a lama for a year, that he knew at that time that there was no way he could reach that level of consciousness and understanding with drugs, because the drugs bring a heaviness to the body. It's a toxin. So the only way that you can really truly reach the light is with a light body. So that's why all those the greatest minds like Einstein and
Stephen Hawking
and all these guys, they were vegetarians. All these guys were vegetarians. They all knew this. I'm trying to think of a couple other guys like Newton and
which all of them always talked about, if you actually go into their writing, about nature and sitting in nature and observing.
Exactly.
You know, how ducks swim on a pond, how the leaves fall, how the wind blows, how on a rock in a river or in a stream, how the water swirls after it passes through the rock. You know, like observing and learning.
But to me, what they're doing, they're observing themselves. When you watch a duck swim across a pond and you see the ripples of the water, that's what's happening inside of your body. When the wind is blowing, right? If the wind blows and I'm aware of the wind, what am I doing? I'm breathing. That's the wind going in and out, right? If you're focusing on the water, you spend a lot of time at the ocean or at a lake, you are water.
So maybe that's the difference between the drugs and without the drugs. You know, with the drugs, you got it for 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever long the trip is. But when you actually start to nurture it and cultivate it naturally, you can access it at any point.
Any point, anytime. You could be totally stressed out and you stop and you take 3 deep breaths in and that stress will start to dissipate naturally. Because you're taking more oxygen into your body. Right? So the oxygen that you're bringing in, it's feeding your red blood cells, and it's calming. The deeper you breathe, the calmer you get. I mean, any yoga practitioner will tell you that, or anybody doing deep meditation will tell you that. But you not learn that in 4th grade.
Unfortunately, not yet.
Not yet, but eventually you will. I mean, and that's what I think, you know, Planet Nies is all about. Is we want, my dream to see in a school system is a course that happens every year on cause and effect, and all different examples of it for 12 years. Every year you have a class, it's called cause and effect, so you understand the effects of what you're causing.
How your actions interrelate with the environment, other people.
Everything, on many different levels. You know, like 1st grade, I mean, I don't know exactly how it would be all set up, but it's like you said, you know, one year it could be all about nature. The other year it could be about relationships. The next year it could be about, you know, something that has to do with the elements.
Join the Facebook page. Eric Nies.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Bro, it's awesome.
Yeah, that was surprising, man. I didn't know where you were at, but you were definitely a couple layers deeper than I thought you were at. You know what I mean?